Praise a hotel. Feel it. Now, can you hear me now? The audio.
All right. Is that better on the audio? Let me check myself here. So that's it right there. That's why I have to clip these videos out, man. It's to go on live, I tell you. Moving the system, moving the system, moving the system. Oh, that's good. Where are we now? Audio. Okay. There we go. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Port. Did you get that information, Mr. Port? Because I got some more information here. I got something that I just want to run down. In regards to Eric Carolina, I wanted to show a couple things, but before I do that, let me run through this since everybody can hear me now. Again, welcome, happy Sunday, everybody. Um, Lots going on Tuesday. I did. Everyone needs to see it. Absolutely, sir. And we'll get into that here shortly, Mr. Port. Again, just make sure you share out so we can get some more people in here because I'm really this thing is kind of frustrating. What's going on? Appreciate that. Um, so right now, again, we got Tuesday, and the elections are taking place. But I wanted to draw some connections for you guys. I wanted to connect some dots for you guys. I get on here, I talk a lot, I say a lot about Everett Carolina, but I want to show you that when I speak about these different candidates and I speak about it, I'm speaking from a place of information. Um, I know sometimes, my antics can be off-putting to some people. I get it. Uh, everybody's personality doesn't fit everywhere. So, you know, I'm just me, and I'm going to tell it in my way that I feel comfortable with. But what you can always rest assured is going to be it's going to be factually based, right? So I said some things the other night in me and the mayor's broadcast of Real Talk Tuesday, and make sure you tune in this Tuesday because it's going to be, you know, definitely election. It's going to be that's the election night, so we'll know. We'll break that information right live on the air. Hopefully, we can get some candidate reactions, and hopefully, the candidates that I support because of the research and the work that I've done win. And here's first candidate in Georgetown County District 3. That is Councilman Ernie Cooper. I'm already calling him councilman, but he's still once we get through the primary, there's still the general to contend with. But Ernie L. Cooper Sr. Um, just across the border over there in Williamsburg County, um, definitely supporting the clerk of court, Miss Sharon Washington Staggers, and also in District 3 in Williamsburg County, this young man right here, Mr. Randall Neesmith. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about each one of these folks a little bit later. So make sure you do that. Also, this coming Saturday, there's going to be a lot going on in Georgetown County. We want you guys to please make your way around to the Jones Avenue Community presents a men's accountability event, and a lot we're going to talk about tonight is going to tie into that because there's some men's accountability issues that have come up front and center in Georgetown County, and we're going to talk a little bit about that surrounding the coach over in Carvers Bay. and that situation. I've been tracking that over social media, but bringing the community together for unity. We're gonna have some talks, kid-friendly event. There's gonna be some food from 1 to 4, excuse me, Jones Avenue Park. That's at the corner of Privet Street and Jones Avenue. If you come down Jones Avenue, you won't miss it. That's this coming Saturday in Jones Avenue Park. Make sure you are out there. Be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the movement. Okay. Again, also I got this. There's going to be a parade in Sampit. This is the second annual Juneteenth parade and festival. It's going down at the Sampit Park. And so again, some folks, just a short drive. You can kind of back and forth it. Get out and support as many of these events as possible. Okay. All right. What else? Let me get this other one out of the way here. And then I definitely want to talk to. That's it. Talk to the folks about Everett, Carolina. And here is something that it really bothers me about some of the leaders and the hypocrisy. Like, these people are flat out hypocrites to our faces, and we're caught up so much sometimes in racial idolatry that we completely miss the genuine people. We completely miss when the snakes and how they work and how they're used to destroy different organizations. We miss these things because we put a lot of things, being race over the qualities that we should be looking for. Okay. What am I saying? Oh boy, here we go now. He talking that racial talk. Well, Georgetown County, for those of you who don't know, was sued by the NAACP, right? And I earlier I started to say that I spoke negatively about the leadership of the NAACP in Andrews, South Carolina, that branch of it. Okay. And I got some more information here to show you guys how those folks have misled folks in that organization. So those of you who have already early voted for Everett, Carolina, I'm going to show you again how this man works against your interests, right? And he comes in and he purports himself to be, but he is a sheep in wolf's clothing, okay? A wolf in sheep's clothing. Flip that around, because he's not no sheep. So the NAACP back in 2022, November of 2022, a lawsuit was filed by the South Carolina Georgetown County chapter of the NAACP for 6 Development, and that was the name of the project, 4-6 Development, and We Do Good Work. The complaint alleges racism and classism motivated Georgetown County Council to deny a 2021 rezoning request for an affordable housing project in Georgetown County. Now, keep in mind, Georgetown County is the reason why this lawsuit was brought, because Georgetown County has no affordable housing, no affordable housing to speak of. Okay, In fact, they're like 2,000 houses short of the national level, or where they should be on actually on a state level. And what does this affordable housing mean for an area, right? This is where your new teachers moving into an area, your new policemen, your new firemen, your new, you know, workers at the wherever in your town, your county, your cities. This is where you bring in those new families, and they are able to get this affordable housing. Affordable housing doesn't always mean the projects, doesn't always mean ghetto, doesn't always mean uh, uh, welfare queens. Okay, and but to some of the councilmen, including Everett Carolina. So here's where the hypocrisy comes in at, right? So Everett Carolina was allowed to speak to the voters of Andrews through the NAACP, right? Through the NAACP, okay? This was allowed to happen, right? And the leadership and all those folks around them are trash, right? Because here, check this out now. Everett Carolina, the Georgetown County Councilman, he was at I got pictures of him at the NAACP event that they had in Andrews. And this is why this organization is thoroughly, in Andrews at least. So here, right? Again, this is that lawsuit, November 16, 2022. Well, you can see right here in this article right here that I took from the Georgetown Times, right? Carolina, which is Everett, Carolina, joined council members Bob Anderson and Raymond Newton in opposing the zoning change. Okay, so he voted to oppose the very thing that the NAACP has a lawsuit against this council. Again, a federal lawsuit, a racially motivated lawsuit. And this man was allowed by the leadership of the NAACP in Andrews, South Carolina, led by Jeremiah Jackson, to get in the church, in front of the NAACP members. And they denied a member, councilman, I keep calling him councilman, but candidate Cooper is actually a member of the NAACP also. Now, I don't know, Everett may be a member too, but that's, again, how is it that you're voting? How is it that you're getting support from voters for by an organization that's voting against something that you are on record? And I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna break that down because I need time with that. But it'll be out, it'll be done tomorrow, of the minutes of that actual because some of the things that were said in there, right? And here's some of the comments that were made after that vote came down, right, by some of the leaders in the community, right? Y'all have done a disservice to this community, said Wesley Gibson, speaking on behalf of the community group Citizens for Progress. A video circulated by opponents of the project was strictly racial, he added. There's a bigger issue when you prevent them from putting that housing there. I know that there's racial intent behind that, Donald Gilliard said. We think that vote was insulting. Marilyn Hemingway, founder of the Gullah Geechee Chamber of Commerce, said concern about tax credits and federal programs were code words for discrimination. Again, Everett Carolina voted in favor of this. And for those of you who will say, well, I didn't know that. I voted for him, but I didn't know that. You didn't want to know that. Just like with a lot of different things that go on with these candidates that you just don't want to know. because you feel like, oh, it's mean, it's rude. It's the damn truth. It's the truth. And this part of this, the next segment right here, y'all, is brought to you by some more truth seekers out here. That is Franklin Financial. Okay. And if I did have sponsors, these people would be definitely sponsoring me. The Bank of Greeleyville would also be sponsoring me. You know what I mean? Because the one thing I can't stand is scammers, right? And people, scammy people. A little story that, little personal story. My grandmother, those of you who know mommy, she, who passed some years ago. Before she passed, right? She was dealing with dementia, and a scammer during the time before, like we kind of, before the family really saw things happening, you know what I mean? This is like the early point part of it, right? This is like that real vulnerable stage of it. You have scammers that literally are seeking, looking for these type of people, you know what I mean, around that age demographic, because they know kind of what's going on with that. um, Had a scammer, scare her into going, I mean, taking thousands of dollars out of her account. So, um, if 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 a scammer, whatever happens to scammers, um, I just, you know, it won't bother me in the least bit, right? And so when you find scammy people, like especially these people who come into the community, and then they want to they want to, the people that come into the community and want to take leadership roles, right? We had the same thing happen in Andrews with this guy that came, and all of a sudden he said he just wanted to be the mayor. Um, you folks who are supposed to be standing guard in the community, you need to be paying close attention. You need to just spend a little bit of money and do a little bit of research on some of these people. And for all of those of you who voted for that type of person, I mean, that says a lot. But um, I tell you what, over in Williamsburg County, y'all better pay attention over there, because um, the type of people that's being platformed. And shout out to Christian TY News, brother, doing good work. And I would love to again uh, do some more work with him. Somebody, if there's anything, let's set it up, because I like what he's doing over there. And you know, there's a lot of, this stuff is, you're free to put out whatever you want to put out. Um, and y'all better just pay attention. Y'all better do the right thing over there in Williamsburg County, and that's for your own good. It don't make me no, never mind. But from what I've seen, and I seen a video from the candidate from Rouse, about she was finally responding to Neesmith, and that article, more so that article that came out about the lawsuit. And even in that response, there was no answer. you know, I mean, if the answer would have been, look, upon uh, advice of my counsel, you know what I mean, I'm exercising my right, that would have been one thing. But just to, bring it up as if, okay, so I'm waiting for it, and then there's just nothing. You just went on to something else. You guys got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Okay, you really got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Um, Another story that's dominating social media in Georgetown County is the story of this gentleman right here, Jeff Meza Jeff Mezzatesta. the former Carver's Bay basketball coach, right? And the newspaper does not, of course, does not at all um, the newspaper does not get into what was said, what was allegedly said that led to him. Now, and here's the story, right? So this guy you see on the screen right here, Jeff Meza Testa, all right, former basketball coach over at Carver's Bay. Now, this guy has been a coach at Carver's Bay for 20 years, right? He started the program there when Carver's Bay was that school was first open. So he's been there since then. So he's been in the community. He's been around the block. He's done some things over there. Now, he was recently removed from his coaching position because of an incident that took place between him and a student. Right now, this story took some weird turns that I'm going to offer a different perspective on, on what I see here, what I've heard, what I've been able to collect from the newspaper, which wasn't much, but I was able to collect a lot from social media and through conversations that I had from people from the area, um, about Mr. Jeff. Okay. Now, what supposedly happened, and this is all alleged because, again, hasn't been any official um, release from the school or Mr. Jeff himself, which I think they owe that to the community. I don't know, maybe Mr. Jeff's not feeling like that, but somebody should offer some answers because it seems to be a dividing thing, right? And so what was supposedly said, allegedly, again, let's put that on there, was that this man told this young student who was an athlete that his father was a deadbeat, right? And now it doesn't, from what I could find, there was no context as to the overall conversation. And I know some of you may say, okay, well, it doesn't matter what else was said. He should have never said that. And you're right, but I don't necessarily agree with that. And I'll tell you why. It's because couple things. Was what he said true? What and for me it's important because what was the conversation? What pulled this out of this man? This man's invested in this community 20 years. He's done a lot of good things, right? From what I've heard, he's done a lot of good things. So was it true? Was the kid's father a deadbeat? Was the man speaking a truth? Was he speaking an unpleasant truth? And should people not speak unpleasant truths? If the truth is going to hurt your feelings, because yeah, that's rude, but it's a serious situation. It's a serious problem to the point to where I'm not so much looking at this. Okay, so one of the problems I had, one of the issues I had with the whole thing was, okay, first, he was removed from coaching, right? Now, he wasn't fired, he was removed from coaching. So they said that he would be allowed to continue to coach, but he would have to they would continue to allow him to teach, but he couldn't coach anymore. And so first, I'm like, so did this happen during basketball season, during coaching? You know what I mean? Okay. because it seemed kind of like if what he did was that egregious, if what he did was that offensive to a child, I thought it was, why didn't you just remove him, period? Why, what is the, let him, let him teach, let's just take the coaching away from him? That sounded petty. That sounded kind of dirty, like somebody wanted to take his job, his coaching job or something like that. You know what I mean? If we're being honest here. And the simple solution would have been if the kid's dad would have just came forward and said, "Hey, what do you mean? I'm not a deadbeat. I'm here." Okay. I mean, I haven't seen, and I could be wrong. Somebody could post it. The guy could come in and whatever, but he can come on and comment and say, "Hey, yeah, I am here for this kid." Because what I'm getting at is, it speaks to a larger situation where, again, this accountability rally that we have. Because the truth of the matter is, he's just an example of the number of young boys that are unprotected. So if you're a father and you don't have no connection with your child, your child is out here unprotected. And I mean, let's just say what people are saying that don't know about this white man told this black boy that his daddy wasn't there. Where his daddy wasn't there, obviously. Again, ugly truth. The ugly truth is about 80% of the young black boys don't have present fathers. So we just gonna, get rid of everybody that says the ugly truth. Well, he shouldn't say that. No, he shouldn't say that, but it shouldn't be that. And again, where is the father? So if the father is a deadbeat and he told the boy an uncomfortable truth, would you want them to just lie? You rather people lie to you, or you just, if the truth is just that ugly, you rather people lie to you? That's like me ignoring the fact that Everett Carolina is a hypocrite. And it's hypocrites like that got the platform, got the voices. Where was the child's father? Where is the child's father? Like, that's an easy, you know what I mean? Again, we can go and say he shouldn't have said that. No, he should not have said that. Maybe he should have said it. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Maybe he should have said it. He didn't lie. Did he lie? Where are the lies? Don't know. I heard that kind of thing too. That the kid was talking about. The man was talking about his own father, but I don't know. I just know that here is a man that dedicated 20 years of his life to a program, to people that don't look like him. He could have taught probably anywhere he wanted to teach, but he chose to teach there. He stayed there, and because he said an uncomfortable truth, did he physically assault the child? Whatever happened to sticks and stones? Because the thing is, if that boy daddy don't step up, that boy gonna have to live with the reality that, yeah, Jeff got fired, but Jeff told me the damn truth. I mean, that's the truth. If we, if you're not involved, they're out in the world like this, and they will be treated as such. Okay, so there's a lot of messages in what transpired. There's a lot of messages that that's in what transpired. What effect from this man leaving the community? What effect is that going to have? Again, because I thought it was crazy. Like if he did what you guys said he did, and it was that bad, you should have just fired him straight out. You know what I mean? Or suspended him. You know, send him home, whatever. Send him to some training or something else. Whatever you needed to do. But let's see what they say in this article here. The comments are crazy too. Oh my goodness, they're crazy. I don't know about no sensitivity training, Thomas. All right. So, and this is the latest right here as of 4 days ago on this situation right here per Gabbage and Beyond News. New information was released today about the departure of Jeff Meza Testa, more commonly known as Coach Mez, from Carvers Bay Early College and Career High School. As reported Wednesday morning, Principal Larry Odom confirmed Tuesday night Mezzatesta, Mez, Coach Mez, was no longer with the school he helped start in 2000. He helped start in 2000 when the school began as a merger between Choppy and Pleasant Hill High School boys basketball program, which continued. Let's see, that's kind of Mez helped form the school's basketball program, which he continued to coach throughout his tenure at the school. The team finished the 2023-2024 season number one in the region, and with a 19-10 overall record, they finished second in the region in the previous season. So basically, he's laying the foundation that the guy is a pretty good coach. Everything, was going good. Um, Mez would have been allowed to remain at the school as a teacher, but according to Odom and Kibler, I don't know who Kibler is. Mez has asked to be transferred to another school. I mean, that's because that's kind of insulting. I mean, let's just keep it real. That's kind of insulting. My whole identity there as a teacher. I don't, I don't, I don't know. Not sure. But if I coach basketball there for 20 years, I'm sorry. That's who I am. I'm gonna be at school teaching and everybody calling me coach. What And as the head of the school, the principal, I don't think I would want somebody. I don't think I would want to keep somebody around like that. I mean, that could be bad for morale overall. I'm just saying. Well, my thing is, where is the boy? Where the daddy at? I would love to see him come up and be like, "No, man, what are you talking about, brother? I'm here for my son. I don't know why you don't know me. I saw you at this, that. I talked to you this, and that." And then, but to remove him and then him to be like, "No, no, 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 I want to go." Because I mean, he can go somewhere else and coach. Be good for a rivalry because he gonna have that team. Juno. Thomas, they got a scammer in King Street. King Street. Over there trying to influence the elections. Them and the little angry lawyer. Lawyer said, "I spent $250,000 of my money on the election. On campaigning." So when the Bank of Greeleyville can't get their money, neither these folks right here. If you taking out loans from Franklin Financial, should you be running for a public office? I mean, maybe that's a little too strong. Should you be running for the top public office? Would you feel comfortable with me running your city? So would you feel comfortable if you knew, right, that I was taking out loans? And I mean, taking out loans is one thing, all right? That's one thing. But if I wasn't paying them back, would you feel comfortable? Would you feel comfortable with me as your, let's just say, mayor? That's a question. That's a poll question, guys. That's for anybody. Would you feel comfortable if I was now taking out loans again is one thing. Now, if I was in good standing, you'd be like, yeah, obviously he pays back his loans. Let me tell y'all about Franklin Financial. They sent me a script to read. So let me get my script reading button over here and read the script right here. Okay. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, gather around because I have some news that's more exciting than finding $20 bill in an old pair of jeans. And you know that's exciting. Today we're talking about loans, but not just any loans. Loans that make you feel like a financial wizard without having to cast a single spell. So picture this. You're drowning in a sea of bills, more stressed than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. What do? You come to us, of course. Why? Because we take time to understand your situation. That's right. We're like financial therapists. Got a sob story? Bring it on. We've heard it all. From the dog ate my paycheck to I spent my entire savings on eyelashes. We don't judge. We just nod and smile. and get you the best loan options possible. Need funds? We got your back with loans up to $15,000. Now, you won't get any of those, but that's right. 15 grand. You can finally get that home theater you've been dreaming of, or pay off that debt you've been pretending doesn't exist. It's like we're the fairy godmother of finance, waving our magic wand, and poof, you got cash in your hand. Now let's talk terms and payments. We work with you to create something manageable. No need to sell a kidney or take up competitive hot dog eating unless that's your thing. You know what I mean? In that case, go for it. We're talking low monthly payments, so low you'll feel like you're getting away with something. It's almost like finding a loophole in the matrix. And the best part, fixed interest rates. Yes, you heard that right. Fixed. No more playing the interest rate roulette. No waking up at 3 a.m. in cold sweats because your rate just spiked higher than cat on catnip. We keep steady, predictable. We keep it steady and predictable like your grandma's meatloaf recipe. Competitive rates. Oh, you bet. We've got rates so competitive, they will win the financial Olympics. Other lenders look at our rates and think, how do they do that? Well, it involves a lot of coffee and a little bit of magic. So, if you're ready to transform your financial mess into a message of hope, come on down. We're here to help with loans. With our loans, excuse me, you'll feel like you just won the lottery, but without all the pesky reporters and long lost relatives coming out of the woodwork. Remember, I misread that. Remember, life is too short to stress about money. Let us turn your financial frowns upside down. Loans up to 15,000, low monthly payments, fixed interest rates, competitive rates. It's where are we? Oh, man, I got to rewrite this script. I'm sorry. It's the financial course. Oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be a great line too. Let me run that back. Remember, life is too short to stress about money. Let us help you turn those financial frowns upside down. Loans up to 15,000, low monthly payments, fixed interest rates, and competitive rates. It's the financial four-course meal you didn't know you were hungry for. So come and get yours today. That's the first reading. I got to do a commercial on that, but there it is. So the question was, if you got to take out money loans to run your political office, that means you can be bought pretty much. I'll agree with that. You got campaign debts. We can help. That's what that sound is like. Anybody taking out loans to run for office gotta be related to Boo Boo the Fool. Whoa, that's pretty much where it is. But yeah, you know, I'm talking about running for the big office too. The big office. But fortunately, those folks, they saw through it and they said no. In the Bank of Greeleyville, I got y'all too. They're trying to get their money too. Yeah. So all right, here's what what's the name was talking about earlier. Let's go back to that because people do need to see this. Yeah, we should be getting rid of Everett Carolina here real soon, y'all. Just telling you, like, that guy should be gone in this next round. I mean, gone. Somebody called. I think they saw the commercial and they said something about they called about bed bugs, and I gave them the price, but I was getting ready to explain to them that there are payment options, but they hung up on me. Guess they said the price was too high. Too high. I get it. I agree. Mm-mm. Oh, Franklin Financial. You want to be the mayor? This didn't age well. That did not age well.
Georgetown County's District 3 has been shackled with neglect, mismanagement, and incompetence under the so-called leadership of Councilman Everett Carolina, while entrusted with representing the diverse interests of his constituents. He has shamelessly abandoned his duties, leaving behind a trail of broken promises and disillusioned residents. First and foremost, Councilman Everett Carolina has demonstrated a blatant disregard for the concerns of his constituents. Rather than serving as their voice in local government, he has treated them as insignificant pawns in his own political game. Time and time again, he has failed to address pressing issues facing the district.
Dear Georgetown County District 3 residents, are you ready for positive change in District 3? Meet Ernie Cooper, your dedicated advocate for a stronger, united community. Ernie Cooper is committed to unwavering integrity, ensuring that every decision made on the council reflects the values of our community. We want to hear from you. Ernie Cooper encourages you to submit your questions and concerns. Together, we'll build a council
reflects the values of the community. But he gets to go pander to NAACP, which reflects the values of the community. Y'all make the connections for me now. Come on, help me out. Connect these dots. This is the form that I sent to Mr. Port here. And all of this is public information. This is, send me your email address, I'll send it to you. The same people that'll get in office and that'll get in front of the NAACP and say, please vote for me, will go and vote against the interests of those people. Oh, you just talking, you just talking, you just talking, you just talking, you just talking. You wish I was just talking. You wish I was just talking. And I can't even remember the lady's name over on that page. I'm not going to say that page because I don't want to get blocked from any of these pages. But some lady decided that she wanted to talk to me about the 1 cent penny sales tax. And um, I was showing that form that I sent to you, Mr. Port. And she was saying, oh, no, show me the new list and this and that. And I refused to engage with her because, ma'am, as you can see here, um, this how long I've been on it. Okay, this is when I called them out and they had to restructure and redo the way that they did. This was the first quote unquote meeting from the commission that went around and compiled that list that you talked about that you think I don't know anything about. I just refuse to get engage with you because you're stupid. And I'm not gonna continue to engage with stupid people. I'm just not gonna do it. It's a waste of time and energy. And so after we got on that, they changed the whole format. Then they went totally public, right? Because none of those meetings were supposed to be held without the public. And they were. The first one was. So I don't know, but because you drink hint water or something, I don't know, you think you're smarter than everybody else. Just the kind of idiot that voted for the first one and 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 don't read enough to understand that they mismanaged the first one. And when I say they, the current the current council that's sitting now mismanaged that $41 million. And you show me how many of those projects out of that $41 million were brought to completion. Some of these folks aren't interested in. It's another thing too. You got to realize, man, and that's the case over in. I noticed over in Williamsburg County. Um, you got some angry people being platformed, you know, being used because you get up there and you say that stupid stuff, and it's good for views, and that's about it. And views and misinforming people. Um, it don't matter how much truth you hit them with. As a matter of fact, some of the folks who I'm talking about that went out and early voted for Everett Carolina, again, they don't want the proper information. That's the last thing they're looking for. So you can go to them with that and talk all that whatever, but that's not how that rocks. Okay, because again, you can go Google it. There's Everett Carolina right there. Carolina joined members Bob Anderson and Raymond Newton, who does nothing for Andrews. I believe we, the county, should be partners in this creation of affordable mounting and listen to the stupidity and come up with a plan B and possibly a plan C and a D and an E and an F and a G. And was that even brought up by any of these the council member? I mean, by any of the members of the NAACP? your president is that guy don't need to be nowhere near any kind of community leadership. These are the these guys are bad for the community. Bad for the community. But we'll be here watching again. Remember, this Tuesday, check us out. Welcome to Angels, the podcast. Real Talk Tuesday with Mayor Frank McClary. Election. It's the election show. Okay. Primaries coming up this Saturday coming. Men's accountability. If you got a young boy and you want him, send him out there, please. Okay. Send him out there. Let him get out and be with all these people that we're putting together. No doubt. So, District 3, Georgetown County, this is a chance. That's my business is in District 3. My family's in District 3. It's a chance for us to change the trajectory and get our proper due at the table. Okay, and be included in this, in all the greatness of Georgetown County, because we shop in every part of it: restaurants, clothing, general merchandise, cars, homes. Anyway, y'all have a good Sunday